Guten Tag, Klasse. Bitte öffnet dein Buch auf Seite 150. 150. 150. Heute lesen wir ein Artikel über der Wiener Naschmarkt. So in Germany, farmers markets are really popular. So today we're going to read an article about farmers markets. And then we're going to learn about some vocabulary, some German vocabulary, and then we're going to learn about Wolfgang Puck, who is the most famous German-speaking chef in the world. So let's start here. In Deutschland, Österreich und der Schweiz hat fast jede Stadt einen Marktplatz. Now remember, if you see a little circle after it, you just go down to the bottom and it tells you what it means. So it says almost every city has a marketplace. Es ist normalerweise im Zentrum der Stadt. So normally it's in the center of the city. Große Städte haben oft mehr als einen Marktplatz. Berühmte Marktplätze sind der Viktualienmarkt in München, der Alexanderplatz in Berlin, der Helvetiaplatz in Zurich und der Naschmarkt in Wien. So those are the names of famous farmers markets in those different countries. So today we're going to talk about the one in Wien. Wien right here is actually in English pronounced Vienna. It's the capital of Austria. Der Naschmarkt is eine der 26 Märkte in Wien. So they have 26 different farmers markets in Vienna. Existiert seit über 80 Jahren und liegt sehr zentral. So it's 80 years old and it's in the center of the city. Viele Stände auf dem Naschmarkt sind Montag bis Samstag zwischen 9 Uhr und 21 Uhr offen. So lots of different stands are open from Monday to Saturday. Most things are closed in Germany on Sunday because of church. And as you can see, they use the military time, so that 21 o'clock is actually, let's see, that's probably about like 9 o'clock at night. Vor allem sometimes morgens bei gutem Wetter findet man alte und junge Menschen in den Standen. So especially by good weather, you can find people browsing the stands. Die Atmosphäre ist lebendig. So the atmosphere is lively. Menschen unterhalten sich und Kunden handeln mit den Verkäufern. So a lot of people go shopping, young and old, and people talk, and it's like a destination place. Like going to the mall used to be. Märkte wie der Wiener Naschmarkt haben auch viele verschiedene Waren. So Waren is like the English word wares. So that means things, you get different things you can buy. Es gibt Käse, cheese, Fleisch, meat, Wurst is sausage, Obst is fruit und Gemüse, and that's vegetables. Natürlich gibt es auch Milchprodukte, so that's dairy products, wie Käse und Joghurt, so that's cheese and yogurt. Außerdem kann man Blumen oder Seife kaufen, so you can also buy flowers and soaps. You know, like those homemade soaps. Der Markt ist auch sehr international mit italienischen, griechischen, türkischen und asiatischen Stände. So they also have different international stands. You can get Italian food, Greek food, Turkish food, and Asian type foods. So let's look over here at the different stands. So this is Stände am Naschmarkt. So these are the different stands. Lebensmittel is how many is groceries. So this is how many stands have groceries. Gastronomie, remember if there's a little circle, you come down to the bottom and you find out it means prepared food. So that would be like packaged noodles, like non-fresh stuff. Obst und Gemüse, fruit and vegetables. Fleischwaren, meats. Backwaren, that would be baked goods. Fish, Blumen, flowers. Milchprodukte, dairy, Wein, wine. Beer. Sonstiges means like other type stuff. Now we're going to go look at this small article. And here it has Deutsch Sprachen der Welt. So sometimes in German, one thing will be called something in German in Germany, that it will have a different word in a different German-speaking country. Just like in England, they say lift, and in America, we say elevator. So even though we both speak English, we have words that are different. And another one would be like a trunk of a car here is trunk, but in England, it's a boot. So that's the same thing in Germany. Germany and Austria, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Liechtenstein all speak German, but sometimes there's words that are different. So das ist eine Tomate, oder? Deutsche und Österreicher sprechen Deutsch, aber es gibt verschiedene Vokabeln. So sometimes between Germans and Austrians there's some different vocabulary. Deutsche sagen Tomate, was sagen Österreicher? So Germans say Tomate, like we say tomato. What do the Austrians say? So here's different foods between Germany and Austria. In Germany they say Aprikosa, just like we say apricot, but in Austria it's Kardamarilla. In Germany they say grüne Bohnen, like green beans, but in Austria it calls Frisolen. In Germany they say Brötchen, which means little rolls, but in Austria they say Semmel. Germany say they Hackfleisch, that's hamburger, but in in Austria they say Faschierte. Germany say they say Kartoffel. Austria they say Erdapfel. So Kartoffel means potato. The cool thing about the Austrian word Erdapfel is kind of a fun word because it means earth apple, so like an apple from the earth. I kind of like that one. So this one is mehrrichtig. In Austria they say Kren. See, there's a little circle underneath it. So remember, you can come down here, find out it's horseradish. Horseradish is like a really spicy sauce people eat on steak. Quark is Topfen. If you go down here, quark is type of cheese. Zana, that's if you go down here, you can say that's cream. So like we would say whipped cream in American, they say Obers. Tomate, and in Austrian they say Paradiser. So now we're gonna go to Wolfgang Puck. He is the most famous chef, German-speaking chef in the world. He's from Austria, but he now lives in the United States. He has many, many famous restaurants. Wolfgang Puck is an Österreichischer Koch, so it's an Austrian chef, but he speaks German, of course, because he's from Austria and speaks German just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Lebt und arbeitet in den USA, so he lives and works in the United States, aber hat auch Restaurants in Japan, so he has restaurants all over the world like Japan. Is sehr erfolgreich, so he's very famous. Der Umsatz seiner Firma ist mehr als $100 million per Jahr, so he makes over $100 million a year from his businesses. In den USA hat mehr als 70 Restauranten, Bistros, Cafés, and Gourmet Restauranten. So there's more than 70 restaurants in the United States. In fact, he even has a grab-and-go airport restaurant, SeaTac, so that's the one he has in Washington State. Ein sehr berühmtes und sehr teures Restaurant ist das Spago in Beverly Hills. So his most famous restaurant is in Beverly Hills. It's called Spago. It's really, really hard to get a reservation there. It's really, honestly, it's most for famous people, and it's super expensive. Das Essen in seinen Restaurants ist nicht nur amerikanisch. In fast jedem Restaurant kann man neben amerikanisches Burgern auch Wiener Schnitzel und Kartner Kasnudel bestellen. So besides American food, you can also get Austrian food. So if we go down here, we can see Austrian foods. Wiener Schnitzel is Viennese Schnitzel, and Kartner Kasnudel is South Austrian cheese noodles. So it's kind of like the idea of mac and cheese. So, danke, Klasse.